Thanks to the digital revolution, we have instant access to millions of books and vast quantities of information. We can stay in constant touch with friends and family, even if they're thousands of miles away. We can work and collaborate with coworkers from almost any place, home or a coffee shop, or even an airplane. We can find answers and instruction on thousands of subjects for free by watching how-to videos or reading an online encyclopedia. We can take courses without having to go to a campus or wait for materials to arrive in the mail. We can navigate through new places far more easily, getting maps and directions on a phone or a car's dashboard screen. We can pay bills and get cash without having to wait in line at the bank or even pay for postage. And of course, the list goes on. You might imagine the digital revolution had ushered in a utopia and we would all be deliriously happy. But does technology make us happy? Hey everybody, it's Professor Malad here. So while there's no denying the many benefits of digital technology, many people also see a downside, especially in the way that our devices distract us from our immediate surroundings and from one another, pulling our attention away. This happens with such force and frequency that it can be hard to tell whether we are really here or somewhere else. We are rarely in the moment for any length of time. There are recent research on happiness as well as the traditional wisdom, which suggests that constant distraction might diminish our happiness. One researcher, for example, writes about the importance of flow, that deep, uninterrupted absorption in an activity, how important that is for happiness. And others find that very happy people have strong social lives, which means sharing time with friends and loved ones and not merely posting updates on social media. Technology is changing our lives rapidly, changing our jobs, our schools, our shops, our towns, our social lives, and more. And it will continue to change us, perhaps even more quickly, as new technologies emerge and are adopted. Are we adapting and learning to live in a more happy and healthy way with technology? Or is the technological juggernaut overwhelming us, taking us places that we do not want to go and can never return from? These are really big questions, ones that might be impossible to answer fully while change is all around us. But it's important for us to step back and reflect upon those changes and how they affect our lives. Some of the writers that we're going to be reading have some really good insights. Max Strom, who is not somebody that we'll be reading, but he has an excerpt from his book, There Is No App for Happiness, How to Avoid a Near-Life Experience. And he remarks that, quote, the damage from social media is not from the application, it is from its misapplication, end quote. So I think perhaps this applies more widely to technology in general. In the article, How Facebook Makes Us Unhappy, which is one of our readings, the author cites studies that suggest very different outcomes depending on the way a user interacts with Facebook. In Saving the Self in the Age of the Selfie, James McWilliams, the writer, offers several strategies. Weapons of resistance is what he calls that, for preserving our identities and our character. While Sherry Turkle, in one of our other readings, Stop Googling, Let's Talk, argues that we must reclaim conversation and, paradoxically, solitude, or being alone, being by ourselves, in order to preserve our humanity and our relationships. But the technological revolution is not only about social media and cell phones. Lynn Stewart Paramore, in an article called Happy All the Time, has revealed that employers are using sophisticated biosurveillance technology that monitors and possibly manipulates behavior in the workforce. However, in our reading by Adam Piore in What Technology Can't Change About Happiness, we're reminded that the temptation to demonize new technologies may be unfounded. To quote Facebook itself, it's complicated. In the end, what we're learning about happiness from philosophers, social scientists, and biologists may be essential to preserving that happiness as humanity enters an era of unprecedented opportunities and perils. So I really want you to start thinking about this question: does technology make us happy? My goal here is not to persuade you from the many wonderful things that technology brings to us. I am very much a tech person. I mean, here we are, we're doing an online course that's asynchronous. So I use technology every day, and you use technology every day. And I think it has some wonderful benefits. But also think about what the drawbacks are and how it may be affecting your lives. And I want you to think deeply about that. I think it's a question that is relevant to all of us, and I think it's an interesting thing to ponder and to write about in this class. So my goal is not just to teach you how to become better writers, but how to get you to start thinking about things deeply and hopefully caring about the things that you write. So I'm really looking forward to going on this journey with you for the next 7 weeks, and I hope that this keeps your interest. Take care.